So let's talk about a roadmap, a plan that can take your AI skills from, pretty basic to truly expert level in just 2 weeks. We're going to break down how you move beyond those simple one-line questions and start actually engineering professional, high-quality results from any AI model you use.
We have all been there. You ask for something simple, right? Write a blog post about AI, and what you get back is, well, it's bland. I mean, it's technically correct, sure, but it has no soul, no specific angle, and you are definitely not ready to just copy and paste that onto your blog. This is the core problem when we're not speaking the AI's language effectively.
So, does this feel a little too familiar? That feeling of frustration, knowing the AI is capable of so much more, but you're just not sure how to unlock it? Well, taking control is exactly what prompt engineering is all about, and that's the skill we are mapping out today. All right, so here's the game plan for our 14-day journey. We're going to start with the absolute core skills in week 1. Then we ramp it up with advanced techniques in week 2. And finally, we'll see how capstone projects pull everything together for a really complete transformation. Okay, so week 1 is all about laying that foundation. The goal here is to master the structure of a truly professional prompt. The plan kicks off on day 1 by really digging into why those simple prompts fail, looking at how these models actually process language. And then we build up from there. And the secret sauce for week 1, it's introduced on day 2, and it's called the RTCE formula. This simple acronym, role, task, context, and examples, is the framework that turns a vague request into a super precise, targeted instruction that the AI just can't misinterpret. Let's actually break these 4 pillars down. On day 3, you'd be mastering role, which means telling the AI who to be, like an expert copywriter. Next up is task, your clear, non-negotiable objective. Then you give it context, all the background info, the constraints, who the audience is. And finally, on day 4, you get to the real game changer, examples, where you literally show the AI exactly what a perfect output looks like. And the power of just that first letter, R, for role, is, well, it's incredible. If you ask an AI to act like a junior intern, you're going to get a pretty basic summary. But tell it to be a senior consultant, and that same request gets you a deep, strategic analysis. Why? Because you're priming the model, you're forcing it to tap into a very specific part of its knowledge base that's tied to that expert persona. On day 4, you hit what the source literally calls the game changer, and that's few-shot prompting. This is the E in our RTCE formula. By just providing 2 or 3 solid examples of the output you want, you can teach the model a really complex format or a very specific tone instantly. It is so powerful. But that technique of showing examples is just one piece of the puzzle. By the time you wrap up week 1, your toolkit is just packed. After mastering RTCE, day 5 is all about enforcing strict output controls, things like word counts or specific JSON formatting. And on day 6, you even learn how to get the AI to critique and improve your own prompts. You're basically creating a feedback loop for super rapid improvement. Now, with that foundation totally locked in, week 2 is where things get really interesting. We move into advanced techniques for tackling complex logic, handling huge amounts of data, and building automated multi-step workflows. So, week 2 kicks off on day 8 with a classic challenge, something that AIs often fail at. A multi-step math or logic problem. You know the kind. When you just ask for the answer directly, these large language models, they tend to rush and make these really simple reasoning mistakes. But check this out. The solution is almost laughably simple. Just by adding the phrase, let's think step by step, you trigger a technique called chain of thought prompting. This forces the AI to kind of show its work, to lay out its reasoning process instead of just jumping to a conclusion. And that dramatically increases its accuracy on these complex tasks. And the rest of the week just keeps building on that power. On day 9, you'd learn to use delimiters, things like hashtags or triple quotes, to clearly separate your instructions from the data you're giving it. Day 10 is all about prompt chaining, which is a method for breaking a huge project into smaller, connected AI tasks that feed into each other. Then on day 11, you tackle prompt safety to build instructions that resist misuse. And by day 12, you're diving into the art of crafting these beautiful, descriptive prompts for stunning results from image generation models. But look, all this theory is great, but it's pretty useless if you don't actually put it into practice, right? So the roadmap solidifies your skills with two major capstone projects, one at the end of each week, and they're designed to simulate real-world professional tasks. The first project which you tackle on day 7 is building an AI content engine. The idea is you'll create a single, powerful prompt system that takes just one topic and then automatically spits out multiple pieces of content, a blog post, a tweet, a LinkedIn hook, all while keeping a perfectly consistent brand voice. And the grand finale, the final project on day 14, is the Expert Bot Suite. This is where you design 3 highly specialized AI assistants for a specific industry. I mean, think about creating a legal document drafter bot or a real estate market analyst. You're building truly expert tools from scratch. You see, by the end of this journey, the transformation is just profound. You're no longer just a casual user asking some basic questions. You've become a prompt engineer, someone who's capable of designing, refining, and deploying sophisticated AI systems to get specific expert-level outcomes. And this timeline really puts it all into perspective, right? You start on day 2 mastering that core RTCE formula. Just 5 days later, on day 7, you're building automated systems. The very next day, you're unlocking advanced reasoning. And by day 14, you're launching your own suite of specialized expert bots. It's a fast, super focused journey from the fundamentals all the way to application. So that really leaves just one question. After 2 weeks of mastering these skills with the ability to create a specialized assistant for literally any field, what expert are you going to build first? A financial analyst? A creative writing partner? A coding assistant? The possibilities are now yours to engineer.